This is the variables section. The variables allow you to define values that can be reused anywhere inside of InfiniTea. Where you see this little icon, it's two curly brackets side by side. Variables are a function that allow you to define a value and reuse it multiple times. This is particularly useful when you have a value that may change frequently and you don't want to have to go through all of your message builder or your form builder or any of your messaging over and over and over again. There's currently supporting two different types of variables. The first one is a static variable. Static variables can be defined by giving it a key and a value. It's pretty straightforward. The key must not have any spaces in it, and it must have two curly brackets. The bot will let you know if it is invalid. Once you have set a value, anytime you see the curly brackets, you can use this key to interact and pull this URL in. For example, I will go over to the message builder here, and I'm going to open up the message builder, and we'll just use this text block here for an example. And you'll see right here, there's a control for variables. If I click on that, I can see all of my defined variables, both my static, system, and dynamic variables. For now, I'll just click on this and it will insert it into my text. And once I come out of it, you'll see that it is parsed into the correct value. I'm not going to save that because this is my currently live message builder configuration. But that is how variables function. Dynamic member role lists is another version of variables. However, this one, it's a little bit more dynamic. In other words, it changes automatically based on certain criteria. This is incredibly useful for things such as top member roles, or if you want to maintain a list of members who are currently marked as inactive. In addition, you could use it for things like staff lists or whatever you can think of where roles change quite frequently and you want to maintain a list for it. It functions much in the same way where you provided a key, but unlike for the value, you're going to specify the role that you want it to track. You can also use display name, which is the user's nickname in your server, the username, their Discord username, or a mention. In addition, you can add a separator, which is either a new line, comma, dot, hyphen, pipe, or space, and you can specify the maximum number of users that are allowed to render on this list. And of course, provide an empty value in case there's nobody on that list. You can add exclusions for roles as well as exclusions for users. If any one user has an excluded role, they will not be included on the list. And obviously for excluded users, if they are on the exclusion list, they will not be added as well. In Discord, I'll show you what it looks like. For example, you can see here I've set up 3 independent dynamic role member lists, and this keeps track of our new members as well as our top monthly diamond gamers, our top weekly, and our top daily. So this is the intended purpose for it, and as this changes, we don't have to do anything. InfiniTea takes care of the rest.